Right, let's start today's session. See, in the last lecture of Python, we were discuss about Python fundamentals, which is really important. So, Python indentation, comments, as well as keywords or reserved words, identifiers, and also rules to define the identifiers we'll discuss. Okay, these are the fundamental concepts we discuss. Today we'll see two more fundamental concepts are there, variables as well as multiple assignment concept. Okay, fine. Coming to this variable. So what is variable actually? See, according to my previous discussion, uh, I said that identifier is nothing but any name. In Python, any name is called identifier, like variable name, function name, class name. Like these are all the names and these are identifiers, we can say that. Okay. So variable is also called as identifier. Yes. But variable is having a separate definition. This is the variable definition. Variable means it is a named memory location. Variable is a named memory location. Yes. For example, you can see to declare the variable in Python, we need not to specify any data type. Okay. So in Python, while declaring the variable, we need not to specify any data type. Yes. No need to specify any data type. Okay. Any data type. Because as I said that Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. So variable is a named memory location. In Python, while declaring the variable, we need not to specify any data type because Python is a dynamically typed programming language. See, sir, here A equals to 100. That's enough. You need not to specify the type of A like integer type or float type like other languages. In other languages, compulsory you should specify the data type. Okay, because that languages are statically typed languages. But when it comes to Python, this is dynamically typed language. So automatically based upon the value, what we assign, value based, automatically the variable will get data type like float or integer like that. Explicitly, we need not to define. Okay, fine. Next, why we are calling the variable is a named memory location means, for example, you can see A is the variable name, 100 is the value. So this 100 value, in which memory it is going to store? A memory. So the moment when we declare the variable A equal to 100, Python should assign some memory for this A to hold the value 100. So that's the reason we are saying this is the named memory location of your value. So in what memory 100 value is going to store means you have to say A memory. A is a name. So that's what named memory location. Okay, fine. Next, you can see this. This is variable actually. Let me open the PyCharm editor. So we have launched the PyCharm editor. From now onwards, I'm going to write complete Python code in PyCharm editor only. So look at this. The moment I open PyCharm editor, this is not your Python project. Okay, recently on which project I work, that is opening right now. But if you wish to open your current project, so click on File menu, Open option, how to go. You just go to the location where you saved your Python project. I saved in E drive. So this is our project folder name, Python project 7am, and select this. And it will ask you to open this window. You can click on this, or else extremely new window. Do you want to open the project separately? You can click on it, or else you want to attach. So already we have Python project 9 p.m. is there, no? So if you want to attach in this only below 7 a.m., you can attach. So let me go with this window. Yes. So this is the last program which I discussed. But here you can observe I is the variable name, 10 is the value, print I. So here I is a named memory location. So let's run it. We are getting the value output 10 on. So you need not to specify the data type, but you can also get the data type here. How to get the data type of the variable? Type function is there in Python. So type is a built-in function to get the data type of the variable. What type of data type is assigned for your variable, you can get clarity. So look at this, integer type is assigned for your variable I. So type, if you want to know, you just try to get by using type function. But suppose if I try to give 10.9, so what type of data type assigned for variable? Float. You can see if I try to give the name, it is string type. Okay, group of characters. Even if I try to give one character, also it is called string. Why? Because Python do not have any char data type, but single character means actually char type only according to other languages. But Python do not have any character data type, so only single character also considered as string only. Okay, single character also considered as string type it is. Next, if I don't give any single character, you see here again I'm trying to run. It's also character or string type only. This is called empty string. Okay, I equals to empty string it is. Print I, print a type of I. So ultimately I can say only you should focus on the value. So based upon the value, data type will decide for your variable I. See sir, every variable can have the memory. On that memory only, we can store the value. So in Python, there is one more built-in function is there. If you want to get the memory address of the variable, that function name is called ID function. So ID is a built-in function actually. It is a built-in function. Yes, it is a built-in function. And what is the use of ID means? ID is used to get memory address of the variable. It is used to get memory address of the variable. An ID function will return, it will return a unique integer. Unique integer. Unique integer means the memory address number is always in integer format, that is base address number. That number is unique. Okay. So let's try to apply ID function of variable. What memory address you will get? You can see this. Print of ID of A. Sorry, not A, it is I, because my variable name is I, you have to use I. Print of ID of I. So when I start run, you see here, the value printed here, 100 value, and we are getting the type of I, what type it is, integer type, and the memory address of I is what? This is the memory address ID. Unique ID it is, integer type. So in this memory only, the value 100 is going to store in the name of what? A. Whenever user want to get the value 100, he should access with name through only. That's what we can say variable is a named memory location. In the name of I memory only, 100 value is going to store. We should get 100 value in the name of memory I. So this is. So listen, here total three functions are there in program. The two built-in functions. Print is a built-in function to use output purpose. That means if you want to display anything onto the screen as an output, we can use print function in Python. Type is a built-in function to get the data type of particular object or particular variable. And ID is a built-in function to get memory address of any object or any variable. Okay, yes. So this is variable type. Fine, sir. Next, another fundamental concept is last, which is multiple assignment. What is multiple assignment here? It's very simple, sir. In this example, only one value I am assigning to this one variable, that is I. Yes. But there is a process like in Python. At a time, we can assign multiple values to the multiple variables as well as single value to the multiple variables also possible. That is multiple assignment. Let me explain quickly. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value, to the multiple variables, and also it is the process of, yes, multiple assignment is also a process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Yes, multiple values to multiple variables. Okay, multiple values to multiple variables. So it is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables, as well as it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. First, we'll see how to assign a single value to multiple variables. Okay. So for that, I'm trying to add a new program to the project folder. To add new file, you can click on project folder, right click, go to new Python file, and just give the name of the file test4. So here I'm trying to assign multiple. This is one first option I'm showing, assigning a single value to multiple variables. So in this context, A equals to B equals to C equals to 10. That means what? Only one value is there in the right hand side that I am assigning to A, B, C, three variables I'm saying. So instead of this expression, like you can also do like this in Python programming, A10, B20, A10, B10, C10. So instead of writing three lines, because our value is same, the variables are different. So no need to write three lines of code. Instead of writing three lines of code, we simply process through one line. So this is multiple assignment. We are assigning single value at a time to the multiple variables. And let's print it. I'm printing the variables A, B, C like this. Once I run this, you will see the output is coming like previous program is running. So you know that for the first time to run the latest program, you must use right click on this tab and test4. So we are getting the output 10, 10, 10 like these three lines are there. So at a time, single value I'm assigning to the multiple variables. But just because of I'm using three print functions one by one, so the output is coming like line by line only. In case if we try to include this A comma B comma C like this in only one line, so the output also will be appear in same line. But notice this, if I print A comma B comma C in one line, each value after there is a built-in separator that is called space. So you just clearly observe there is a space separator is happening here. So 10 after some space is there. Again, next 10 after some space is there. That is built-in space, that is. But if you want to go with separator as your own, like SEP separator attribute is there. SEP. So by default, the separator will be space. But if you would like to give separator, suppose comma, then you can use SCP attribute equal to within the quotation marks, double quotes, we have to give comma symbol. So we are separating the value with comma sign. And you can also use any symbol like colon. So it's colon sign. If we go with comma, like again hyphens, like it separate each value with hyphens. So you can use what separator do you want to really to use to separate the variable values. But if you don't mention any separator here, simply by default, the separator is space. Okay. So you can use separator attribute how the way you want to separate the values in same line. So this is fine, sir. We are assigning single value to multiple variables. Let's comment this. You know how to comment the sum of the lines in Python program. Select the comment lines, how many you want to comment, simply control /. So automatically all lines will be in comment section. So if you keep these lines into comments, so it won't execute, Python interpreter will exclude these lines from the execution, as you know that already, which I explained. Yes, next multiple assignment is also process of what? Assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Means here left side, I'm taking 3 variables. Right hand side, also I need to take 3 values. See, this must be math, sir. How many number of variables you declare here, that many values you have to include. So A comma B comma C equals to 10, 20, 30 like this only. So here I'm trying to print A and print B, print C. So orderly will be assigned. So right hand side multiple values are there. In the left hand side multiple variables are there. 10 value goes to the A, 20 goes to B, 30 goes to C. Now you can see we are printing A comma B comma C like A, B, C variables in the separate lines. That's what we are getting. The output is 10, 20, 30. Fine. My question is, right now output is like 10, 20, 30, line by line it's happening. Can I bring it same line, sir? This 10, 20, 30, I want to make into same line. But you will say, I think same line means you can print, sir, A comma B comma C like this. You will say, I think. Yes, that I know that. We can bring it same line, but I don't need this. Still, I want to go with this option like print A, B, C. Got my point? So if you want to bring the output in the same line, I can print A comma B comma C same previously what I shown. But my requirement is still I want to include 3 print functions. Print A, print B, print C. But by including these 3 print functions, again, I should bring the output into same line. How it is? Yes. There is one more attribute I'm introducing. There is an attribute called end attribute. So end with space. See here, end attribute is used to bring the variable values within the same line, which will not move towards next line. So here after printing A, the end attribute through, we are maintaining some space. After space, immediately the B variable value will be print in the same line only. It will not move towards next line. Even B after also I'm including end attribute. So now you can see, even though we are using 3 print functions separately, still the output values are coming and display in the same line just because I apply end attribute. But why we don't apply end attribute here after C means yes, no need, because after C there is no other variable like D. And end attribute to we are giving space separator. Can we give our own separator like comma? Yes, we can give. No problem. Within the double quotes, we can maintain comma separator. That's possible. 10 comma 20 comma like this, it's possible. So this is about multiple assignment and how to deal with printing the values in the output terminal with the separator attribute, with end attribute like this one. So these are all very important basics and fundamental topics. So you know that how to handle in future program. So we are discussing like in fundamentals point of view. Every fundamental concept is really important to handle Python program very well in future. So multiple assignment, variables, identifiers, rules, keywords or result words, comments, and Python indentation especially. Okay. So these are the fundamental concept we finish. These fundamentals, every fundamental concept is important. You should not ignore. Okay. Otherwise you will be in trouble. So let's go for other topic, data types in Python. As I said, in Python, we no need to specify data type while declaring the variable. Okay, because Python is a dynamically typed programming language, I said. But I'm saying that even though we don't specify any data type, like from our side, int a equals to 100, no need to specify the data type int or float or boolean or something. It doesn't mean that Python do not have data types. I said already. It's having lot of data types, sir. We need to understand, we need to know that. So what is meaning of data type, sir? Data type is nothing but what type of data you are going to store into the variable is called data type. Data type is used to represent which type of data you are going to store inside the variable. That is called data type. Okay. Yes, Python is having two types of main data types. One is basic category. So basic data types. And next one is sequence data types. Sequence data types, or these also called as data structures, which is really important topic, especially who are looking for data science and data analysis programming after completion of your Python lectures. Yes. Okay. Data structures. Sequence data types, these are also called as data structures. Fine, sir. Now, what are the basic data types? Basic data types are classified into these types, sir. First one, none. Second one, numeric. Numeric classified into few types like integer, float, bool, then complex. Next, sequence data type. These are basic data types which is commonly used data types, especially none, integer, float, bool, complex. These are all commonly used data types. Okay, fine. Coming to the data structures. These are sequence data types or data structures, I said. First data type in Python is data structure in Python is string, list, tuple, set, dictionary, range, bytes, bytes array, byte array, and frozen set. Yes. These are all data structures which we have in Python. Okay. So list, string, tuple, set, dictionary, range, bytes, byte array, frozen set. These are data structures. Data structures means it's having collection type. Every data structure is having group of values we can store. So type means only individual values we can store. Type means like integer, float, bool, like this. But structure means everything is having structurally we can store all the group of characters or group of values within the collections. So simple sir, data structure is nothing but whenever user wanted to store multiple values in one object, that is called structure. So it depends on your requirement and depends on your needs. Which data structure do you want to choose? You can choose. And type means directly, which will not store multiple values and collection in one object. Directly one value we can keep in data types. Fine. First we'll start with basic types, none. So this is none. Okay. So already we discussed in the last lecture, in the process of showing keywords in Python. So I think you have seen that none is one of the keyword actually. So in Python, some data types, some data types are under comes into the keywords. That means keywords come data types. Even some operators also under comes into the data types. Data types come operators. Okay. So even though we have seen this none in the keyword list, so this is type also actually. So in what context we go for none data type, in general, in other language point of view, for example, C#, .NET or Java people, if they don't want to store anything inside the variable, they simply can say null, N-U-L-L. But in Python language, we don't have that type of null. Okay, let me close all these tabs here. Let's prepare a new file here. Test5 is my program series. Yeah. See, suppose A is my variable name, I declare. Right now, I don't want to store any value into the A variable. So temporarily, I don't want to store any variable. So in other language people, they use null reference. But in Python, we don't use null. We have an option called none, N-O-N-E, none. So print A. And do you want to know the type of A? Just type is optional every time, no need to get actually. Just for clarity in the initial stage of practice, I'm trying to use type function. A equals to none. Print A means none. What type of data type assigned for A variable just because of none value? None type only will assign. You can see this. You will get none type only. The variable A data type is none type. So user can simply assign the none if they don't want to store any value at this moment in the variable A. But later when they want to store some value, then they can include 100 or something or whatever the value by removing none only. So we can use 100 is a integer type. But for example, if I try to give 100.90, it's called floating type, float value. So look at this. These are our next data types like integer as well as float type. Okay. But here I want to discuss more things about in integer context as well as float context. See, this is important, sir. Here, try to focus what I'm explaining now. See, right now, my variable value 100.90. It's what float, no? Yes. Can I convert this value into floating point or integer part? That means this concept is data type conversion, like converting from one data type to another. This is also called as typecasting mechanism. To convert from float value to integer value, then how to do means simply you can see B is my other variable, int of A I'm taking. This is the way to convert from one data type to another data type. So print B, then print type of B. Okay. So A is actually the value of A is 100.90, that is float. This value is going to be converted into integer because we are using int function. And after converting this value into integer, it's stored into where B. So we are trying to print B and type of B is also what type? Integer type. You can see first initial value of 100.9 float value and we converted into integer, that is 100 only, it's coming like this. So this is converting from float to integer. At the same time, we can also convert from int to float. Look at this. Right now, I'm keeping this 100 value. It's an integer. But I want to convert this 100 integer to float. Then we can use float function here simply. So the moment I use float function, A is actually integer type. It turn into float. After turn into float, it store into B. So notice this, the float value is represent 10.0. That is float. So this process is very important in the upcoming programs because we want to convert sometimes one type to another type according to our requirement. So type conversion mechanism, this is called. So our data type conversion or typecasting. Okay. In the next example itself, I'll use this concept immediately. You can see this. Okay. Fine. Next, in Python language, so far we declare the variable and we just print them. Okay. So you can see we declare the variable and initialize the value and we are printing that. But how to accept input value from the user, sir? This is important now. So far we have not accept any input value from the user. That means we never ask the user, please enter some number during the program execution time. But it is also important to accept the input values from the user sometimes. So in Python language, to accept input values from the user at runtime, then there is another built-in function is there that is called input function. Okay. So let's comment this program. Below I'm writing next program you can see. Or suppose name equals to Mohan. My variable name is name. Val is Mohan. And I'm printing this name. What is this? Name is printed. Or do you want to give description along with the print function? You can give description like this. Your name is, comma, name. So already the name decided in the program itself. But my question is what? I want to ask this name during the program execution time. So to ask the name during the program execution time in Python, what function is there? Input function. And input function through, we can pass the statement to ask any name. So enter your name. Just this is the statement which I am passing so that you will get clarity what you should do. So input of enter your name means the moment when I run this, you can see it is asking enter your name. So this is the already output terminal window. In this window only, I am trying to enter the name. For example, name, I am giving any name, whatever it is, not only Sai, I am entering here. The moment when I press enter, automatically the name stored in a name variable and we are printing back that name Sai only. So to input or to pass values to the program during the program execution time in Python, what function is there? Input function is there, sir. Again, one more function introduced here. Input is a built-in function to accept the values from the user during the program execution time. So here two important functions we need to use regularly, print and input. Print is nothing but output purpose. Input is nothing but to ask values from the user. So user is entering the input value. What value he want, he can enter. He can decide at runtime only. So I'm supplying this Mohan to the name variable and this variable we are printing back with the description your name is so and so. Fine? Yes. Let's comment this. And moreover, you just try to know about this type also, sir. So type of name, try to get this. I guess what is your, what is this type? Obviously string type, you know. So your name is Mohan. What type it is? String type it is. Fine. Just observation. Let's comment, sir. In the next program, you see here, I'm declaring the variable A10, B20, values also, C equals to A plus B. And the printer, I can say simply the description result is, what is this? C. Nothing is there here. Very simple and straightforward logic. Two numbers I'm initializing this A and B. And third variable is A plus B, C equal to A plus B. We are printing that C equal to A plus B, 30 is coming. Nothing is there. Okay, fine. But my question is, previously how I accept the name from the user by using input function. Same, I would like to ask the numbers also during the program execution time. So here already I decided this input values, it's okay, well and good. Because based upon the values which we decided here, automatically Python will decide for A variable and B variable the data types only. Like 10 because it is integer type, 20 because it is integer type, two integers are adding, so arithmetic addition is happening and result will be stored in C. C is printing 30. Well, but how to ask this input values from the user instead of giving direct values? So I'm asking simply enter first number through this input function description. Again, here also I'm asking enter second number. Second input I'm asking. Okay, very simple. This is a very important logic. You have to understand this. So now this time you can see I'm entering the 12 is the number. First my input I'm entering 12, first number. And for example, 54 is the second number. So 12 plus 54 we did know A plus B. The result should be 66. But you can see the result. What is the result you got it? 1254 you got it. So this is important to observe here. Okay, that's where I'm including this program. Try to understand what is going to happen here. See, sir, input function through I'm entering my first input and second input during the program execution time only. That means running time. Strictly remember in Python language, during the program execution time, whatever you are giving inputs, that by default treat as string. Okay, because inside the program, when we include the numbers like 10, 20, that will be turned into integer only because during the program execution time, based upon the value you initialize, data type will decide for your variable. But here we are entering runtime only values. But Python don't know what time, what user, what value they may enter, like string, float, or double, integers, like this. But all the ways, first Python, all the runtime values will be considered into string format only by default. That's the reason here also, whenever the moment I enter my first input 12, it's called string. 54, it's also considered as string. So string plus string concatenation is going to happen. 12 plus 24, 12, 24 only. But I need arithmetic addition, no? So I need to add two numbers. So that's what we need to do convert actually. But you may get doubt. So show me the proof whether it is string or not. Let me show you. Print type of A. So after asking B input also, I'm showing print type of B. The moment when I enter first number 10, what type it is on? String type. Second number 20, again what type it is on? String type. Two strings are adding, that is 10, 20 only. Got clarity? So in Python language, whatever you are asking the inputs at running time, that means during the program execution time, by default, that are treated as what? String format. But really, do you wish to add two inputs like numbers to integers? You have to convert your inputs into integer format. So just now I discussed how to convert from float to integer and into float. Similarly, we have to do in this program. So let's see here. I'm taking another variable x, int of a I'm doing. Meaning is what? We will supply the value for a through input function. By default, it will consider as what? String. But I'm immediately converting that string into integer and stored into another variable like x. Do you want to know about type of x also? You can try to get it. Type of x is always integer only because we already converted from string to integer. Next b. I'm taking other variable y, convert into integer of b. Print type of y. What type it is? Integer type y. But notice this here, you should not do c equal to a plus b, sir. You have to do what? X plus y. Because after converting the a value and b value into integer type, we are storing into x and y respectively, and we have to use x plus y for doing the calculation. So first now I'm trying to enter 34. Initially, my input treated as string, but I successfully convert that 34 into integer format and stored into Y. This is Y type. Next 12. Initially, this 12 also considered as string, but I converted into integer. So 12 plus 34, 46 is really output is correct. So integer format output we are getting. We are doing arithmetic addition like this. So this is important program, especially while dealing with the runtime values in Python language. Anytime if you enter input during the program execution time, that all inputs by default consider as what string. According to your requirement, you have to convert into integer or float, or you can use as your wish. See, sir, but just because of adding two numbers, these many lines of code I have written, but really it is not required. Just for explaining you and understanding each and every case how it is going to process. Just that's what I have written this much of lines of code. But to be frank, it's not required. Let me comment this. Same program, I'll make it completely shortcut. You can see a equals to int of input of enter first number. The above program, how it executes, same, it will execute same code actually, but we are making some shortcut way to write. This is enough. No need to write all the lines of code. Just for your understanding point of view, for the first time, I just explain line by line what's going to happen in this case. But this is enough actually. C equals to a plus b, or directly also we can print a plus b. Sum is or result is. What is that? C only. The above program and this one same, sir. So first it will ask enter first number through input function. You know that as usual, the input whatever we enter during the program execution time, that by default treated as string, immediately we have converted into integer and stored into A. Finally, it's an integer only. Same B also. And we are doing A plus B. It's very clear. So this is enough to write the program for adding two inputs like 34, 56, 90 is the value. But notice this, there is a problem again. We are literally converted into integer, no sir? So just because of that, in case as a programmer, if I try to enter some inputs like 34.67, now you can see we are getting some error actually. So runtime error, this is value error. So invalid literal for int with base 10. So you decided to convert that integer format, but you have entered value during the program execution time floating. That's not possible. So you want to deal with floats. So simply you can do with float only. So what is the advantage when we try to convert the input value into float, In this case, we can add two integer numbers. We can add two float numbers. We can add one integer, one float. Combination will work out. But ultimate final result will be float only, sir, because we are using float function. Suppose you can see I'm using 34.56, 67.89. So two floats are adding successfully 102.45. Next, if I try to give 12 plus 34, actually this is 46, but result will be 46.0 because we have converted them into float. And you can see one float, one integer also possible, 23, 45.23, like 68.29 like this only, double two here. So this is floating actually. But do you want to turn final result also float? Simply you can convert this C into integer format like this. See, result or complete result, final result I'm converting into float. See here, 67.8, 65.9. Actually, the result should be float only, actually, something float. But just because the C, final result C, I'm converting into what? Integer type. So that's what it leads to, simply integer. Just because of I'm using int function here in the result process. But you can remove this integer. Again, same 67.8, 65.9. The result will be 133.7. Exactly. It will come. So either you can convert here C variable value and integer format, or else while doing calculation also you can do like this, A plus B. int of a plus b, that's also well, no problem. So in case the result, final result, do you want to display into integer format, even though when we supply float values, better to use int function conversion like this. Sum is 69. So this is the way to deal with the input values by using input function. I'm saying that by default in Python, whatever you are trying to give input values to the program, that by default treated as string, but you need to convert them in integer format or float format according to a requirement. This process is called typecasting or data typecasting mechanism. But you may get doubt. In this program, also, let's comment this. In this program, which I explained you, in this program also, we are asking the name at runtime, no sir? But why you have not converted? Yes, I don't need. The reason is what? I'm asking the name, the characters. I need to characters printing only. So that's what I'm not converting in integer or float. So your input is treated as characters or string format. Even though I'm entering string format, there is no issue with this one. But why I need to convert in this case means, in this case, I'm trying to give input numbers, first number, second number, but these numbers also will be considered as string by default, but I don't want to be access that string. I want to be accessed with float or integer. So I'm converting this. So runtime values only you should convert according to your requirement. But inside the program, whatever values you give directly, no need to convert them, because Python automatically will decide inside the program what values you are giving. Based upon the value, data type will be assigned. So this is about integer float discussion. In tomorrow's session, we'll start with bool and complex, as well as these sequence data structures, rules and regulations. See, sir, as of now, we complete all the 5 demo lectures, including this session. Okay. So as I said that you should attend 5 demo sessions, and tomorrow onwards, the paid link is going to be created. That means who enroll for this course by today evening or today night, you will receive a paid link to your mail. You can join on that link only. So this link is not going to be work out anymore. Okay. So as I said that every day recorded videos we will upload to your Google Drive, and also you will receive the PDF material, Python, Core Python, Advanced Python PDF material. Already some students have enrolled and registered for this course. So no worries, just wait for today. And I'm in the process of collecting your mail IDs from DurgaSoft. Once I receive your mail IDs, so that I can start sharing, including today video, total 5 videos we completed, no, that we'll upload to your Google Drive completely. That is lifetime access. And those who are new to this session, for example, if you join today itself, okay, you missed that session, means I strongly recommend to visit simply YouTube. And in the YouTube search, you can type DurgaSoft. So DurgaSoft YouTube channel, this is official channel. And you can see Durga Software Solutions. And I recommend to click on playlist. Okay. So this is playlist. And in this playlist, you will find my recent batch videos, like 5 days back, what I started. That is Python. Yeah. No. Yeah. This is full stack Python sessions. Total 4 videos they have uploaded. Today video also they'll upload here. Total 5 demos. You can feel free to watch these videos. Who are new to this session, I recommend especially for them. Anyway, once your enrollment process is over, you will also get this all 5 videos to your Google Drive, and they don't upload any more videos in YouTube. Just demo purpose, they'll upload only 5 videos. And rest of the videos will come from my mail officially, daily basis videos and materials. So anything apart from this, you can ask me now. So tomorrow onwards, you have to join with a new link that is called paid link. If you are really interested to join or continue my lectures of Python core and advanced, even full stack after that, Django, REST API and all. So please go through enrollment process. If you have any question, you can ask me now. I'll wait here for 5 more minutes.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you give clarification of SEP and end separators? Is end performing same as what SEP is doing?
No, see, sir,
Um,
end is going to be not going to move towards next line. So
Next line thing. Okay.
yes, end will
Um,
not allow you to move to the next line. It will bring your output into same line. You see here, just because of three print statements I use. Generally, three print statements when I use, what will happen? Line by line will print. That is the purpose actually. Just
right.
because of end only, it will not move towards next line ending with comma, and next value will come across into the same line only. But here right now, 10, 20, 30 line by line is happening.
Oh, you're mentioning what should that
Uh,
A
but if I
be
go,
ended with and
if I do
continue to the
without
next.
end, you can see end I am using comma. It will end with comma. After end comma also, B will be stored in the same line with comma. Now you can see same line, it will come now.
Right. So that's printing same as SEP. That's why I was little
Yeah,
confused
you
because you
can
said
use
a separate.
separator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use same as separator only. But actually here I use what? Only one statement, no?
Right.
That is my plan actually. To even though sometimes when we have multiple print functions, line by line print, if you don't want to move towards the next line, your output, bring it in the same line, you can go with end.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're explicitly saying, please end this line with whatever I'm saying and continue to the next line.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. So that's all from my side. So all demo lectures have completed, 5 demo lectures, what I promise you. And you can decide whether do you wish to continue my lectures from tomorrow onwards or not with paid link. Okay. Have a nice time. But try to take the decision properly. And anywhere you can go, no matter. I'm not forcing you to join in my lectures, but take the decision properly who is going to cover all the topics, and whether you people are comfort or not with my lectures. You have to decide it and just go through it. But anyway, I all the best for your learning process. No matter you choose who is your mentor or who is your guide, not an issue. Please go through proper learning way, and you have to do some work on it, so that obviously you will get a proper knowledge. So have a nice time. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.